So hello everyone, GWRTV here. Friskens asked me, Dirky Dirk, can you do a hard raid for noobs? Well, it's a challenge. So first off, what I want to say about hard raids is it's kind of not really anything to do with the raid itself. And I know that's not what you want to hear right now for a raid guide, it really isn't, but it's not about the raid, it's about you, and it's about your vehicle. So over here I've got badness. So you guys, I do have a lot of raid guides, and one of them I talked about raid builds, and I made a very solid one with a jawbreaker cab, and it still stands. That is still a really good one, and I would recommend starting off with that. Now this is not for noobs, but this is what you should aspire to. So as you can see, I've got nothing really here. I've got an engine, and I've got a lot of hard modules, a lot of really heavy HP pieces. And that's not exactly by accident. Over here is a train plow in front to cover some stuff. Nothing really explosive down here. No fuel barrels are there. No. There's the Apollo underneath. And nothing. Just HP stacked on. So that's the key, man. So notice how with wheels, I definitely recommend 6 wheels. If you want to use tracks, that's okay. 4 Bigfoots are usually good enough for me, but I have these 2 APCs for armor and also for tonnage. Now, as far as the weapons, they are on a tower. See that? The tower itself is totally built of grill pieces that are attached directly to the cabin, okay? And there's some redundancy here too, so they can get blown off. They're also attached to each other. I tend to have shotguns and machine guns. Now there's a lot of flexibility here. You can have shotguns, you can have machine guns. I use both because I prefer the shotguns. For me, they're the easiest way to strip weapons, which is more important than killing bad guys. Stripping weapons, leaving them defenseless. Well, offenseless, whatever you want to call it. And machine guns are for the long range, for shooting those pesky turrets. And of course, close range, you can just spam both of them at the same time. I do have some bumpers all around to protect the grill pieces and the weapons, just in case something like an impulse will come over and bash the whole thing. They're not going to aim for this tower, which is the usual stupid thing. I do have decor on this because you can still get reputation bonus of 25% as usual. So there you have it, guys. That is the meat and bones of your raid build. You can have anything like that. The general principle remains though. Radiators are definitely an option. So that is that. Let's just go and jump in. I also want to say that these raids have been revamped, and they seem to have made them a lot easier because I'm losing less raids and I'm carrying much easier. I think what happened was there's less enemies, but the enemies have some more guns. So the pawns would have 3 guns instead of 2 or 1, for example. And I find that having less enemies is so much easier. So looks like they just kind of jumped me in here. These guys are already started. So they're kind of doing okay for now. Let me not flip. Phew. Going for the impulse right away. That's my first target. That can mess us up. Actually, it's a retcher. Yeah, so this is hard, so that was a retcher. So getting all the guns. Remember, there's 3 of them this time. I'm not even killing. See that? So the Spitfires spam very easily. The machine guns, you do have to aim a little bit more, but see, whoop, got that. Phew, not too bad. The machine gun can get that turret, the Spitfires cannot. That's why these machine guns are indispensable to me. I want to shoot close range and long range at the same time. Now, protect the truck. When we say protect the truck, we mean literally, guys, I have to say this, protect the freaking whatever it is, protect it. Stay near it. There are not a lot of enemies really anymore. So it's a little easier to protect the thing as long as you are where the thing is to protect. There you go, whirlwinds. Let me get those off him if I can. Yeah, he flipped himself, nice. Just getting guns, really good. There's some more guns. Just shoot those guns because those guns are shooting the thing that we're protecting. We don't want that, guys. Good. See how they got Auroras? That is a great weapon for parades. That is really the best weapon. There's some more guys coming in. There's a guy who's just a cab. Here they go. There is the purple. So. Good. Done. Let's get that retcher. Retcher. Good. That was so easy. Retchers are so easy to take off, man. They really are. I'm just spamming. I'm just kind of holding down my right click because those Spitfires are reloading at different speeds, constant fire. There you go. You see how easy this really is? It's not being... We're not so swarmed like we used to be. There are very few enemies. It doesn't matter how many guns they are. They don't last long, because we can focus fire so much easier. I mean, it does look like a... Come to think of it, it does look like a lot of enemies. But see how they're just going down really fast. Whoa, 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 there. Get rid of you. We don't like this guy. This is kind of a hard one, so... I think he's weaponless, I think. Nonetheless, we can take care of him. Look at that, 97 health. So this raid is going really well. Remember my other raids that just sucked so badly? This one... Yeah, we just have a good teammate. We're doing really well. It's not the same, guys. Raids are so much easier than they used to be. And I'm being shot up from the back, so I'm going to cover my cab. I'm almost dead, actually. Yep. So, I did die. Fairly early for me, so that's... It is what it is. Perhaps my vehicle could be armored a little bit more around the cab. That's okay. Oh, there you go. Get that little helicopter. There you go. That's a fortune guy. Fortunes I do not recommend for this kind of stuff. It's great for PvP, but it's not for this kind of thing. It's just too much of a... I mean, he's doing really well with it. I'll give him that. He is doing really well. So, in general, I would say, for the general population, don't do these wonky weapons. So, Burka, you're doing fine. I'm just saying, for my general folks, and look, I'm not stopping. I'm protecting the thing. I'm not going to stop and kill. My friends are not doing this, notice. So this is another carry for Dirky. I've got to stay with that. I can't leave it. See, it's in trouble. 59, 58. It's not terrible. It's not going to die. But you had to protect this. And I'm like the only guy around. This sucks. This is just the way raids always are. So hard raids, be prepared to spend the repair pack. You may have to buy a repair pack. Or two. But it's worth it. Do it for your team, do it for yourself. There's no point in being in a raid if you don't lose. You're just not going to get the mission, you're not going to get the resources. So that truck is now fine. Now I can turn around and get some of these guys. The leader is close, it's a nomad. Nomad is not a problem for me. Because... Whoa. Hello. Because you just get the drones and that's about it. So now also notice there's nothing else to protect. I'm actually leave those guys. Well, no, don't do that. Don't leave your teammates. Yeah. So there's nothing left to protect. You can literally just go and fight the boss. I'm by myself though. This is why I'm dying so quickly, guys. Yep. So buying aid pack. What are you gonna do? Wherever your folks are, you gotta stay. If I were them, I would kind of get in there and get the boss, but like why let the boss come in and close in to you? Here comes the boss. There he is. So now I'm just going to get the drones. Once I get the drones, he's totally helpless. He doesn't have any other weapons. Sometimes they have a rapier, I notice. Sometimes they just have nothing. He's got nothing. So now we just do the thing, nice and casual like. There we go. And this raid is particularly simple. Because the truck is a little easier to protect because it's so fast. And even if you're not protecting the truck, it does seem to make it to the end quickly enough that it doesn't die. So that's not such a bad one. So here are Dirky's top 5 hard raid tips. Number 1, stack up on your HP. Number 2, put your weapons on top of a tower, grill pieces on the cab. Number 3, get good weapons, like machine guns or shotguns. Number 4, shoot the weapons off enemy vehicles first. Number 5, protect the thing, carry your team. A lot of people ask me about power score. They're worried that a high power score is going to increase the effectiveness of the enemies. I don't really buy into that so much. For me, lower power scores are so much worse because your enemies are just going to be, how should I say this nicely, dumber. They're just inexperienced, they're not serious, they have stupid builds, stupid weapons, and they don't do the objectives, they don't protect, they don't shoot off enemy weapons, they just kind of whatever. So I would definitely say, for me, the optimal power score has been 8 to 9k, trying not to hit 10k. Okay, so that was streamed in front of a live audience, so Mr. Friskens had a chance to see what I was talking about. He made a raid build. Let's take a look. Here it is. So far, Mr. Friskens, this thing is battle ready. I love it. It will definitely work. So let's give this a shot. So he did everything I said to do pretty much. So he's got the plow over there to help with the melee. He's got 6 wheels, non-steering, steering. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. He's got armor all along the sides, and look at that. He's got tons of armor stacked right there in the front. This is where they're going to be shooting him, so bam, bam, bam. That's a lot of good meaty parts to get through before they reach the cab. Very, very well done. He has a he's got a hardcore right over there. Very nice. His generator is tucked away between the frames as it should be. There's a radio, can't hurt. Some more armor on the sides, very, very good. And there is the cab, very good. And let's see what else we got. So the tower itself is made of grilled pieces that are directly attached to the cab. Well done. Now, I would say these are not necessary, but it's not bad, totally not bad. In fact, if you want some redundancy, you can actually put one of these grilled pieces here. That way, if you lose one, you still have your gun. So that could be a good thing for you, know what I mean? But he does have a radar on top, very, very cool. And he is using 2 Defenders, 2 Spitfires. I'd say that's a perfect setup. That's my preference. And going into battle, he's got left click for your machine guns and right click for your shotguns. This is what I have. This is perfect. So here's one criticism I would give. You're doing a hard raid, you need HP for sure, and your HP is pretty good. Durability is pretty good, but just to be on the safe side, I would not use a growl cabin. The growl cabin has one of the smallest health pools in the game, so I definitely would get something a little bit more beefy. Jawbreaker is really good. If you're just starting out, you don't have any epics, this is a pretty good cabin to start with for a raid, just because it's pretty beefy. It's got a lot of health. And then of course you put this on top. And that's also a really good idea. Enjoy your hard raids. I will see you guys later. Ciao.
Don't drop that Dirky Dirk. Hey, don't drop that Dirky Dirk.